Today we're working on a 2015 Subaru Forester. Customer complaint is no horn. When you push on the horn here, nothing happens. So let's confirm customer complaint. And sure enough, no sound. So let's first take a quick look at a wiring diagram, see how this system is set up, and see what kind of diagnostic procedures or steps we want to move forward with. Here's the wiring diagram. Looks like a pretty simple circuit. If we let's start from the horn. So each horn is grounded. Power is fed through this relay, hot at all times, so whether we have the key on or not, we can test this system. On this side of the relay, this is our ground side switch. So it looks like the switch here is the horn button. Then we go through a clock spring, a connector, and then here's a splice right here, and the body control module right there. So really, there's a couple ways you can tackle this. You can hop right over to the that relay there, see if you're getting control, see if you're getting your powers. Another thing to do is body control module. Let's see, this panic button right here, no doubt sends a signal to the body control module. If I can panic, I hear a horn. Well, right there tells me that everything from this body control module on this wire and over is good. It eliminates everything if we hear the horn. If it doesn't, then we look further down the line. Another thing to do, this is a clock spring here, or a roll connector they call it. I can turn the steering wheel and keep hitting the horn, see if the horn is in all positions or just in one position. So actually that's where I'm going to start first. Turn the wheel, hit the horn in various wheel positions and see if I get any sound. If I do get sound in some positions and not others, then that is suspect there. So let me do that first and see what happens. So I started the car up so it's easier to turn the wheel, but I'm going to start all the way over to the far right, hit the button, get nothing. Come over a little, hit the button, get nothing. Come over again, hit the button. Oh, there we go. Nothing. Nothing. Getting something. There's something. There's something. There's something. So it looks like all the way in one direction. Doesn't like it. But as you go in the other direction, we're getting some action. So that right there tells me that on this diagram, everything from this connector forward is good. Horns are good, don't need to check that. Relay's good, don't need to check that. So my next step is to diagnose this clock spring here. We'll want to get this off the airbag. If you look right here, there's a hole. There's a hole on the other side and then one underneath, but those 3 holes is how you get this off, which is something long that you can poke in there. So we have it off. It's important not to drop these on the ground, but you see these springs? If you pull the spring down, there's a little lip. Well, that lip gets caught on this little wire here. So when you're looking back underneath, you want to get something back there that moves this out of the way. So down at the bottom, there's actually a little piece that you'll see through the hole that you push on. And then it opens up or spreads up this hole here, and then it just pops out. Because they're spring loaded, you don't have to pull on the airbag. You just push this and it'll pop. And then push that, pop, pop. And there's only 3. One down here and then the 2 up top. So now that I got everything disconnected and removed, this right here is the ground wire for the horn. So really what we can do, I got a test light hooked up to ground. We can become the horn switch, because all this does is grounds out the circuit. So if we introduce a ground to this, effectively we're just becoming the horn switch. And so what we're going to do is do the same test. We're going to move the steering wheel see if we still get those same symptoms. If we do, then most likely we can rule out that it's the switch itself. So playing around, I got it to act up some. So do the test right here, get nothing. Oop. Get nothing. So I'm gonna move the wheel with my leg and I get it back. So I can find dead spots in the steering wheel when I turn it. Sometimes I get a good one like that, and then you just turn it just right and then you lose it like that. But then you can get it back by turning the steering wheel. Okay, so I fast forwarded a little bit. Let me pull the keys out real quick. So this is the setup I have. So this is the horn switch right here. So I just have it alligator to a ground. So right now it's as if the horn's being constantly pushed. So out to the car, right here is the relay. So this is the ground side of the relay, so the control side of it for this circuit. So right now the horn is on, constantly on. Oh, there we go. So it's constantly on. I don't know if you can see that, that it's lit. But anyway, it is lit. So what I'm gonna do is turn the steering wheel and watch this light drop out. And when it drops out, that's our bad connection. So just a nice visual of what's going on. Okay, got you all set up. Hopefully you can see that light. I'm gonna go inside, start it up just so it's easier to turn the steering wheel and see if we can get this to drop out. Of course, it's gonna wiggle my test light. There we go. Alright, that's it. So you saw it flickering for a little while as I turned the steering wheel, and then now we have a dropout. So I am no longer getting any light, which means that side of the circuit is no longer giving us a ground. So I'm going to go ahead and wiggle on some wires inside, see if we can get this light here to come back on just by wiggling stuff. So wiggling on stuff didn't make a difference. I'm going to turn the steering wheel just so slightly and you'll see this light come back on. So that's a confirmation of the clock spring. The connectors going into the clock spring from the horn input side is fine. The connectors coming out of the clock spring are just fine as well. So it's that clock spring in between.